rotate device for me. Okay, hold on here. Hold on here. Sorry, guys. There's 26 people on here. I'm sorry about this. Oh my God. This has to be rotated. There we go. All right. I guess it's the way I set it up. So sorry. All right. Are we all good? Yes, we are. Okay. So I'm going to turn this down. So I wanted to say thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. I'm not sure how many people are here. I can't see anything right now, but I can see that 26 people like this, so this is great. So I'm just going to turn off the light here. And I don't know if you can see me. Can you? Yeah. Sorry. We're trying to work things out here. I'm fixing my hair because I have something with my hair here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a couple of cards for you today. If you've tuned in, this message is for you. And again, thank you so much. I love you all so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for the subs, the likes, everything about you guys. And yeah, and at the end, I can see if you have questions for me personally, just ask me questions. I know some of you guys were actually looking to ask questions of my twin. I'm not sure if he feels comfortable answering those questions, but he's here sitting with me right now. And yeah, so I'm gonna go on, and I'm just gonna go over a few things in my journal that I wrote down when I was meditating earlier today. And again, as many of you know, I have pen to paper. So there's a few things that I wrote down. There's some fear going on. Hi, I'm trying to read this here. It's not close enough. I have fear, anxiety, communication, and faith, and unconditional love and ego. So I want to go over a few of those things right now. Fear. There's, I don't know, with fear, there's fear and reluctance to let go. And so you have to let go of the attachment and the separation. And a lot of people write to me all the time and they're like, letting go, I can't let go, I can't let go. Well, that's the fear and anxiety and ego. So please let fear, anxiety, and ego let go. And most importantly, have faith and unconditional love and faith in God. And unconditional love is loving freely without ask or condition. And I have an ego here, and again, like I said, I was meditating earlier, and I have a video on ego, and if you're not sure about ego, check out that video. But ego is like kind of the matrix. We live in a 3D world, and you have to subdue the ego, and you have to walk the path of unconditional love. So I'm going to try and read these things, so I'm going to get closer here, and I'm going to try and read them. And I'm going to say thank you to all of you. I see I'm here from Wisconsin, USA. With this chat, it comes on and it goes, so I can't read them. So if you can, try and slow it down. I'll try and answer the questions as best I can. But I'm just going to give all of you a message right now. And this is in the now. It's not in the past. It's not in the future. It's in the moment. It's right now. Okay, here we go. Oh, hi, hello, Karen from Seattle. So happy to see you again. Hey, Janet Lynn, how you doing? Lisa, hi, how you doing? Karen, oh, hi, how you doing? So I'm gonna give you this message, and again, feel free to send me an email. I'm on Wizio now. I can answer questions. I've gotten some good feedback from that. No, I'm good. He's such a cutie. He's asking me if I want his phone, but it's all too far behind. Okay, guys, I love you all so much. Oh, you're so cute. I love you all so much. So I'm going to give you this message right now, and then I'm going to give you animal spirit, and then I'm going to give you a soul message, and then I'm going to try, if I can. It's very difficult for me because the messages are coming in so quickly for me to read your messages. But what I'll do after these cards, I will kind of give you the lowdown of kind of what happened and how it happened. So I'm going to give you 4 cards. This 4 cards is my birth number, and this is in the now. And I'm going to give you what is the actual energy in this collective group as of now. As I said, we live in the now. We don't live in the past. We don't live in the future. Everything is now. You guys are all so cute, and I love you all so much. And thank you so much for your support. And I'm just going to call out for 4 cards. As many of you know, I let 1 card fall out, and if it takes time, I apologize. You guys are all so beautiful. Sorry. I kind of have to take this one because it fell on the floor. I'll take that one too. Oh, I don't know if I put that. I said communication in my journal, which I'll show you in a second. I don't know if I read that. I'm going to ask for 2 cards, please. Cycles. I'll show you the cards in a second. This card wants to come out, so it's coming out. So I'll show you this. If I can, up here, it says communication, I believe, right? And the communication card came out. So as you can see, this stuff cannot be cheated. I wrote all of this stuff down before I flipped the cards. I've always done this, and yeah, it's divinely guided. My hands are divinely guided, and for some of you, there's communication coming. Can't say what the communication is. It could be communication from divine God. It could be from your inner guide, but definitely communication is coming. Don't always look for communication from your twin. Communication comes in varying different forms. It comes in signs and things. So just open yourself up to what could actually, like, you know, there could be something, you know, as numbers. It could be animals. It could be anything. Communication is exactly what it is. It's communication. So look for the communication, not always from your twin, but communication is coming. And I feel like the communication is going to give you some solidarity or some peace within. So look for communication. For many of you, if you're doubting this right now, this is a message for you. Oh, that was kind of crazy.
Welcome to our world.
Yes, there's my beloved soul. Sacred union. So if you have questions right now, this is divine saying to you that this is definitely your sacred union. So amazing. I love it. I love it so much. So for you, those of you who have tuned in, this message is specifically for you. And I love it. I love it so much. There's something here. There's a couple of things here that I want to go over, and it cycles. So a lot of people ask me, and they send me, oh my, did you see the lights flashing there? That is confirmation that this is true. Cycles. So if you can see from this card, it's like spinning round and round and round like a Ferris wheel. And sometimes we navigate through life and we perpetuate the same cycles over and over and over again. And we have to understand what the cycle is, and we have to understand not to perpetuate those same cycles. And some of you, I feel, not all of you, but I feel like some of you are perpetuating that same cycle over and over and over again. And if you're perpetuating the same cycle, there isn't going to be any movement forward. The same cycle could be like, you know, hanging out with like narcissistic people. Check the definition of narcissism out. You know, sometimes we repeat the same patterns, and that's that cycle going over and over and over and over again. You could be hanging around with toxic people, and they could bringing your vibration down. So that is, again, not for everybody. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Please don't leave messages on the wall that it doesn't resonate. Kindly send me an email, and I'll oblige to your email. But please do not disrupt the energy of the channel. This is a very loving channel with a very high vibration. But some of you need to hear this right now. You're perpetuating the same cycle. And I'm going to go there right now because I feel like I need to say it. It could be family. It could be friends. You know, just because you have their family, if they're bringing your vibration down and it's a low vibration, you may want to just look at the cycle and the cycle that you're repeating. Some of you need to get off that Ferris wheel, so to speak, and just, you know, get rid of those cycles. Just bury them. This one here is the mask. I always like this card because we kind of live in the world that we're living in right now. We live in a third dimensional world, and we all kind of navigate in life with a mask. And I wrote that down, ego and mask. I resonate with ego. So we have the mask. And the reason we have the mask on is because we navigate in life to kind of facilitate to the ego of the third dimensional world, if that makes any sense at all. And we put this mask on to be in a low vibration, and I call it a veil. Okay, what you need to do is you need to take that mask off, and you need to come to your true authentic you. You have to come to you, your inner guide, your inner whatever it may be, and just be yourself, and get away from wearing that mask and be in that low vibration. If you're truly on this journey, and nobody can tell you that you're on this journey, you come to your inner guide, you heal your inner child, and you navigate forward. And if you get to your inner guide, you will naturally heal your inner child, and you will naturally navigate forward. And when you get to your inner guide, the answers will always be given to you, but you have to have faith. And whatever you believe in, God, whatever you believe in, there's only usually one God, and you have to have faith in God. And that is how you get to your inner guide, your inner self, and that will help you navigate forward. I would be reluctant, and I always say, be careful who you listen to, because the only person that can navigate you forward in life is you. So be very, 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 very careful on who you listen to. So that's what I have as of now. So again, if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm going to give you 2 animal cards, one for masculine energy, one for feminine energy. Feminine's always first. And it doesn't matter whether you don't have to be a feminine in a feminine body or a masculine in a masculine body. It just depends on what energy you are. It's all we are is energy, and it depends on where you are in this journey. So you could be a feminine with masculine energy and a masculine with feminine energy, if that makes any sense. Okay? So I'm going to call out for 2 cards. These cards are hard to work with, so what I do is if one card flips face forward, I'll take that card, and if one flips out, I'll take that card. And I'm going to call out right now. And again, you guys are amazing. So I have a giraffe here for feminine, and I'll read it out to you. And I'm going to call it for 1 card, or whatever comes out. And I have crow spirit for masculine energy, which is number 17. So I have 29 and 17. And it says, see the big picture? And 2 and 9 is 11. So I'll read this to you right now. It is, unfortunately, age to put these on. Excuse me. Giraffes stretch upwards to reach the treetops and look down from a high vantage point. When giraffe spirit appears, it is a sign to observe from a higher view in all aspects of your life. It's time to stretch your neck out and broaden your view. Open your eyes to what others need or are experiencing, and see the big picture. The big picture you fit into. No matter how great your wisdom, knowledge, or experience, you don't want to overlook the details and connections that will help you better understand yourself and your circumstances. So stretch yourself. Look beyond what catches your attention at eye level, and know that not everything is as obvious as you might like it to be. Spirit will bestow on you now on a new perspective that might make all the difference. So basically what I resonate with this, and this is kind of crazy because I have cycles here, and I feel like they're kind of like they go hand in hand, because where it says here, it says better understand yourself and circumstances to stretch yourself. Look beyond what catches your attention at eye level, and know that everything is obvious as it might not like to be. So even though you may not know, you may be perpetuating the same cycle. So I always suggest meditating at least 3 times a day, 30 minutes a day, and breathe and listen to meditation, and those answers will always come to you. Co-create with spirit, and that's number 17, and this is such a beautiful card. The crow is such a beautiful, beautiful symbol, and I'm going to go there now, and I'm going to read that to you now. And sorry, it keeps wanting to go to dog spirit. Co-create with spirit. As you look around you, can you sense the magic that pulses through the world? Have you witnessed how every thought can become a thing? How every intention can call the universe into action as sacred laws shape what you experience? The universe works in perfect order. When you align your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with spirits, you will want to grow with delight, feeling the excitement and wonder of being in harmony with something much larger than yourself. Crow Spirit says you are right, on target. Now to see your dreams magically come into being visible in this world. The law of abundance, compensation, frequency, and praise are operating in your favor now. Remember to be grateful and praise what is yours, even if it's still coalescing into form, still residing in the invisible realms of co-creation. No matter what area of your life you're concerned with now, what you hope for is on its way, for Spirit is your co-creation partner. So that is amazing, and I love it. I love it so much. And again, don't get interpreted like because you're a female that you're a female, what it is it energy. Because as many of you know, as I navigated the path, I was predominantly masculine energy, and I needed that feminine energy to balance myself, you know? So look at things holistically, do the meditation, go deep within yourself, and always have the faith in God. And instead of focusing on physical separation, focus on physical touch. The more you put physical separation into the universe, the more you're going to manifest it back into the universe. So this is all super, and I love it. I love it so much. And one last message I'm going to give to you, and then I'm going to take Q&A. I'm going to kind of tell you what happened with me, because I know you're all curious. So I'll try and depict the situation the best I can, and what happened and how it happened. Many of you followed me, and I think I'm going to follow you into bliss, and I'm going to take you into enlightenment. I think that's my path. I'm just going to let one card fall out. Sorry, I have something with my hair. And here it is. So here it is. And it says, surround yourself with nature and you will feel a greater sense of well-being. Nature's healing energy is sensual and magical. It will awaken the sensual magic within you. So when I first started, I said there's some fear, there's some anxiety. There's no better way to ground yourself than getting out into nature. And I've said this before, hug a tree, sit on the ground, sit on a rock, do whatever you need to do. Nature is the best healer. And appreciate nature, appreciate what we have. There's one other thing I think I wanted to say. No, that's all. Unconditional love. And I know some of you have been kind of wondering, you've sent me questions, you sent me questions and asked me like kind of what happened. So I'm going to go over what happened. I think it was in August 21st, 1st of 2020. I had this strong push and pull energy. And I have it written in my journal, and I was being pulled and pushed to go to my twin. And I know many of you say that you're not in contact, and a lot of you will be like, I'm not going there, and vice versa. Oh no, they have to come to me. And you have this like vision that they're going to knock on the door, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. If this is truly your journey, you will be guided to that person in divine time, by divine fate. And something happened on August 21st that was very profound, and there was just a huge push and pull energy, and I was trying to fight it. And then I believe on September the 24th, I was standing outside, and a hawk probably came, I don't know, maybe 3 feet at shoulder length, and that was all but divine, slapping me in the face, saying that it's time for you to go. So on the Sunday, I believe it was 3 days later, I made a decision to go. And I hadn't spoke to him for 16 or 17 months. And I'm like, no, I'm just doing it. I'm going to go knock on the door. I don't care. I can't fight this anymore. And I'm going to do this. So you will know, right? You have to do all of these things. You have to heal yourself, your inner child. You have to clear karma. You have to keep the faith in your heart. Walk the path of unconditional love. Walk the path of unconditional forgiveness. And all of this will kind of unfold and unravel in front of you as it's meant to unravel. So I went there on September the 27th, and apparently I did not knock on the door. As my twin says, you did not knock on the door. I'm like, I thought I knocked on the door, but he's like, no, I saw you at the front window. And I'm like, how did you know? And he's like, something told me to look at the front window. So anyways, I did knock on the door. And when I went to the side door, he just opened up the door and said, what are you doing here? And I was shaking. And it'll be 4 months tomorrow, I believe. It was September the 27th when I actually went there, and something was pushing me there. There was a huge, strong force to push me there. And so that's kind of what happened. And if you guys have been following me, you know that there's so many things that have to happen. The ego has to die. You have to walk the path of unconditional love. You have to have the faith in your heart. And I've always said that you have to have the faith in God, and the faith over fear. It's hard. It's not easy. It can bring you to your knees sometimes, but the best advice that I can give to you is to have the faith and never lose faith. Right now, we're living in a world full of low vibration. There's a virus out there, and I feel like we're meant to raise that vibration with the unconditional love. And as I said, there is some fear, there is some anxiety, and we just have to raise the elevation of the world. And raising the elevation of the world is walking the path of unconditional love. How do you do it? Go to your bed, meditate love. It's loving freely without ask or condition. And it's hard because everybody puts conditions on love. We live in a society full of labels, right? And I've talked to people and they're like, well, I've done this. Why isn't this person coming back to me? Well, right there in itself, you're putting a condition, because you're like, why isn't this person come back? You just have to love freely and have faith. And if you do, it's true, it's evident, it will happen. If it's meant to happen, it will happen. But there's a lot of things that you have to do, and clearing karmic cycles. And a story that I have is, a couple of weeks ago, my twin and I were talking, and I told him that I had this strong push and pull energy. And he's like, what day was it? And I said, oh, I don't know, I'll go check my journal, because everything I do here. And I said, August 21st. And I'm like, why? And then he showed me the calendar, and he said, I left this particular person on that day. So again, it's all divine time. It's all when it's meant to happen. And even when you do come into physical reunion, there's still healing that needs to occur. Because when you're in physical reunion, you trigger each other. And those triggers can be pretty tough. But those triggers are meant to complete the healing process. I always say, if this is your journey, it comes within you. Please be careful who you listen to. I was meant to debunk the dishonesty and all of the, I'm going to say it, sorry, bullshit out there. There's lots of bullshit out there. And people are monopolizing off your weakness, off your vulnerable heart. And I was pushed into telling the truth. So that's kind of where it's at. Again, if you have, questions for me personally, check my Wizio out. I'll be happy to help you. It's divinely guided. This stuff can't be cheated. Whatever message is meant to be given to you will be given to you. I'm trying to read this stuff, but it's so rinky-dink. Does anybody have any questions? Sorry, you're going to have a close-up of me, and you're going to see this breakout on my face. And another thing is I don't know, maybe, a lot of people I know have been breaking out, and I don't know if it has to do with, wherever you are in the world, wearing the masks, but even people that I work with are all breaking out. And one thing I resonate with there is, we all have chakras, and the root chakra is, if you're breaking out, your root chakra could be blocked. And the root chakra actually attributes to fear and anxiety. So, yeah. So, come on. Bring it on. Does anybody have a question for me right now that they want to answer? I'd be happy to oblige. I don't see anything. Wow. Okay, were you and your twin flames the actual birth twins in the past life? I firmly believe that. I've said that to my twin in the past. I've had this fear of stairs my entire life, and I think that something happened in a previous life, and I absolutely believe that. I believe, and what I've said to him is that I believe we've been together like eternal, like our souls are eternal. What I can say right now, I'm reading that one. My masculine reached out to me the other day. Does that mean he's awakened? Go within yourself and think and come to that answer within yourself. But what I can say about the masculine energy is when I first started my channel, the demographics were predominantly female. And I was showing my twin the other day. It was crazy. It was like 90% females and 10% males, probably even more than that, was probably 95 and 5. When I went a couple of weeks ago to check the demographics on my channel, it was like 70-30. So 70% masculine and 30% females viewing the channel. So that's why when I sent that message out the other day that the masculine energy is waking up, first of all, I know this, and second of all, the stats prove it. So if he's reaching out, I can't tell you that. You have to come to that consensus on your own. But what I can say is that that energy is definitely waking up. I'm just waiting for the questions to come up. Does the masculine feel the same energy? It depends, because again, there's energy transference, right? So if you're truly twins, you feel that energy transference between one another. And if you feel it, if you feel like all of a sudden you have this, the best way I can describe it is you're like in like bliss, and all of a sudden you get this energy that's unexplained, and you get, I'm over amplifying this here for a moment, but you get rage. To me, that seems like there is definitely energy transference, and I'm a scientific person by nature, mostly guided by faith, but I like science to back it up, and they're actually proving now that there is transference of energy between human to human, and it's up to 5,000 miles away. Sorry, I'm waiting for these to come back on. I'm going to be wrapping this up soon. Anxiety and stomachs. Do you have astral merge? And does he experience it as well? Okay, one thing I will say about astral travel is astral travel, most people are not conscious of astral travel. When you astral project or have astral projection, you're conscious but not conscious, if that makes any sense. Most of us in this world astral project, but we're not cognizant of the astral projection. What I find with twins, and this is just a hypothesis, again, if it resonates, it resonates. I believe that when you astral plane, or you're outside of your body and you're in dream state, you come to each other in what they call the fifth dimension. When you come back into your third dimensional body, you don't always know that you're communicating, or you have that transference of energy in the fifth dimension. But I truly believe it happens, and I truly believe you do it at the same time. And that could be as simple as you both dreaming of each other at night. And I firmly believe that sometimes you can dream the same dreams at the same time. So you're astral projecting and you're having the same dream. You're having the same dream at the same time, and that's astral projection. But astral projection takes a lot. In order for you to be cognizant of astral projection, it takes a lot of work, perseverance, and deep meditation.
Feelings as well. Exchange feelings.
Yeah, exchange feelings. So just to give you an example, when my twin and I first came together, we had severe anxiety, and I don't know why. And I was at the shopping mall, and I had like very, very, very bad anxiety, like really bad anxiety, and this is like for going through a pandemic or whatever. And I was standing in line. It was just before Christmas, and I had severe anxiety. It was about 9 o'clock in the morning, and he sent me a message, and he was like, "I have really bad anxiety," and I messaged him back, and I'm like, "I have really bad anxiety too." So we definitely share.
Separation anxiety.
Yeah, separation anxiety. That's so funny. But yeah, no, we definitely at first we definitely, well, we still do, like we finish each other's sentences. We know exactly what we're thinking. Um, like we don't even have to say anything. Like he'll be like, "I was just gonna say that," or I'd be like, "I was just gonna say that." So there's definitely some transference there. I can't explain it. You just have to have faith. Um,
Telekinesis.
yeah. Okay. Where do we have? Okay. Has your life changed since being in physical union with your twin? Are you the happiest you've been? Was it all that you dreamed it would be? Is it worth the wait? Okay. Yes. So yes, it was. It was. It's absolutely magical, beautiful, sacred, blessing, gift, and I'm grateful to God every single day for this physical reunion. I prayed for this for 17 months, and it is the most blessed gift that one can receive. But what I will say that it does come with a caveat, because when you do come together, there is some healing that does occur, and there is still some triggers, and those triggers can be tough, and it's it's hard to articulate into words, but we absolutely do trigger each other, but we're not triggering each other specifically to hurt each other. It's our past triggering each other in the moment. So there's still some healing, but the love always prevails and our faith always prevails. But yeah, it's everything I expected it to be, you know, but it is tough. It is absolutely tough. It can be. I'm just waiting for it. How do I reassure the twin when the triggers happen? Basically, we reassure each other. One of the most important thing and how we reassure each other is our faith. We both have the utmost faith in God and the utmost faith in each other. And we recognize that they're triggers. You know, a lot of twins that come into fruition in union in the first place, they invoke that healing. And then the separation occurs. And the reason the separation occurs is because you're intended to learn lessons, you're intended to end karmic cycles, and most importantly, heal and love yourself, right? So as you evolve in the journey and you let go of that attachment and that separation, and you focus on you and the love for yourself, you will navigate the way you're meant to navigate, you know? But when you come into fruition, and if it's truly your twin, there's going to be tests, there's going to be temptation, there's going to be all sorts of things. And I'm sorry to say, you know, believe in what you want to believe in. That is, you know, the matrix or the devil. They don't want it. They don't. I don't know. I don't want to say they, but they don't want to see you walk the path of unconditional love. They want to destroy that love. But you just have to know, and you have to have that in your heart, that that is what is, you're kind of being tested, and you have to overcome that with unconditional love. Hopefully that answers your question. I'm just waiting for them to come up. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just still waiting for them to come up. They kind of like, they collapse. I was a runner, then I went in and became the runner. Okay, the thing I have about runner chaser is I have an issue with that, because really, at the end of the day, you're running, and chasing yourself, so to speak. I know this sounds strange, and I get the messages when they're meant to come in, and been given this message exactly right now. You're running and chasing from yourself. Once you come into complete whole self, and once you begin to love yourself and accept who you are, and walk the path. See, the problem is with some people, they always focus on what the other twin is doing, and they focus on the separation, and they focus on the unity, and they forget to lose focus of themselves. And the moment you lose focus of yourself is the moment you you lose your I guess your way on the path. You have to always believe in you and love you and have faith. Have faith. The moment you lose faith is the moment you lose your fight. I guess this is the way I'm kind of going to go there. Still waiting. Let me see here. What do we got? Okay, the song lyrics don't mean anything, right? I don't necessarily agree with what you're saying, because if the song lyrics mean something to you, then that I believe those are sometimes angels coming in to at that moment to make you believe in this connection. You know, sometimes we lose faith, and sometimes things come into the universe to restore your faith. So those lyrics at those moments may help you restore the faith in the connection. So yeah, lyrics can
get back on track.
Yeah, exactly. Help you get back on track. It's whatever you believe in. If that's what guides you to movement forward, then that's what guides you to movement forward. Music is a huge part of how I navigate. Did my masculine reject me before separation? No. He did not reject me before separation. What happened was, and again, as I've alluded to many, many times, you have to go into separation. Whatever the circumstances may be, God comes in and says, okay, children, I brought you together. I've invoked that healing within each other, within each of you. Now it's up to you. Whether you decide, are you going to heal? Or are you going to stay in the perpetual cycle of hell, the matrix, your ego? Now, if you can overcome your ego, you can overcome the matrix of the third dimensional world, then I will help you move forward. But no, it wasn't bad in any way. We were just like, hey, see you later, have a nice life. Never left
on bad terms.
Yeah, we never left on bad terms. No, not at all. And one thing I will say, and I've said it before in the past, is if somebody is a narcissist, or somebody is like abusive physically and verbally abusive, and they're doing things, if you're just truly on this journey, you will not intentionally hurt each other. There's triggers, yes. There's absolutely triggers, and those triggers are meant to invoke that healing. But if there's some form of abuse in this particular journey, then you may want to reevaluate if this is truly your journey.
Or if it's your twin flame.
Or if it's your twin flame.
Karmic.
You guys are awesome. I love you all so much. Okay. My DM has been in contact with me, and he's going through a lot of anxiety. So the one thing I would say to you is, is, are you going through anxiety right now as well? And are you transferring that energy in back and forth to each other? So sometimes what happens is we get lost in this transference of energy in this low vibrational frequency, right? So what I can say is, if your masculine energy is having anxiety right now, then why don't you love unconditionally and raise the vibration and get rid of that anxiety, because you have the power to do that.
And you have the answer within yourself.
Yeah, and look for the answers within yourself always. Yes, I believe it's absolutely true. I believe is it true that your twin awakens you? I absolutely believe it's true. If you've watched any of my previous videos and you've watched me navigate through the last year, if you look at my videos from September of 2019 and you look at my videos now, you'll see how the progression works. They absolutely awaken, and it's such a beautiful thing. It's like many of us in the world, we walk sleeping, we're sleepwalking, we're not awakened to the beauty of the world, and that the beauty of that love awakens you. And it's such, like I said, it's such a beautiful thing, because you look at the world in such a different way. You appreciate nature, you appreciate animals, you appreciate everything, and instinctively you just want to raise the vibration of the world. What does it say? It's up to him whether he wants to come here or not. I can't force him to come here. I know that you all want to see him, but it's like, maybe the next time. I don't know.
I'm only for the eyes of the beholder.
You can hear him in the background, right? Yeah, it's true. Yes, it was like a reawakening. Yeah, I know, Claudia, you are forcing him now. Thank you so much. I love you guys all so much. I hope I inspire you. There's so many things on this journey, and I really do appreciate all with to the bottom of in the inner depths of my heart and to the inner depths of my core as well. As many of you are probably on here right now, you probably didn't ask for this. You probably just were just navigating your life, doing your status quo, and then this beautiful soul came into your life and it turned your life upside down. You're privileged, you're special, you're loved, and you have been chosen. It's hard, you're meant to raise a vibration. You're meant to everybody around you, because you're an awakened soul now. And sometimes it's not easy. And sometimes you're on your knees and you're like, why have you forsaken me? I can't deal with this. But you will get through it. And you are strong. And you just literally have to keep the faith in your heart, always. We started, and we sold a few of these bracelets here. And like we're spiritual masters, and just to give you an indication, the other day we flip cards, the two of us, every morning. This is what we do over coffee, and my twin is like, I'm gonna flip the back card, and sure as shit did he not flip the back card. It's crazy. And if you're interested, buy one of these. Let our in and
Hi, everybody.
There he is. He showed his face. Are you happy? All happy now. He's not make believe.
That's all you get. Gotta go now.
It's blessed with our love. It's blessed with our energy. I feel like we have such a good vibration. We have such good energy that and again, you all know that I'm not out to make money. You all know this. And I feel like our energy is such at a high vibration that if you maybe get one, they're all healing stones, they're chakras, they're everything. If you put one of these on, because we bless every single one of them, that maybe give you that energy transference that you need to love unconditionally and have that faith in your heart. They're on Etsy. Feel free to go there. Again, I'm not sitting here plugging. We want to give you our transference of energy. You're all so amazing, and I love you all so much. How did I tell my twin I did cards? Okay, so it just kind of came about. I was like, because y'all know how I feel about that sometimes, because there's a lot of dishonest people out there, and they're monopolizing off the vulnerability of other people's hearts. And what I've always said is, go with your own inner guide, your own intuition. Don't allow the voice of others interfere with with the voice within yourself. And as you guys know, I always wrote everything down anyway, and I wrote down communication, and the communication card came out. I can't, and nor do I ever want to cheat. And I was meant to debunk the dishonesty out there, and he was totally fine with it. Like I said, we do it every morning, and we read it to each other. We know that we're both we're protected, totally protected, and we're very, very, very high vibrational.
Animals
And
every day.
yeah. What we see in the backyard is beyond ridiculous. Um, falcons, blue jays, like every single day, and they're coming up to the door,
Feeding
um,
them by hand.
feeding them by hand, like you said. So we feel like we're meant to, in such a high vibration that we're meant to guide those who may have fallen. Um, Janet Lynn, my name is Brainy Twin Gemini on Etsy. It's pretty much, yeah. Okay, do me a favor, if you're wanting to know about Etsy, just go to my about and the links there and buy. Yeah, I'd love to give you guys one, for sure. I can't give them to you, obviously, but yeah, go there, because like I said, we operate in such a high vibration, that I feel that the energy that we put into this is going to be transference of energy to you. Everything we do with love, and we do with God's guidance. So, and I'm always hearing journey songs. Does that mean I'm on this love journey? LOL. You know what's so funny? Don't Stop Believing Journey is one of the songs that I heard all the time, while I was on this journey. And I firmly believe in the music. The music talks to you, when it is meant to talk to you. Music is very, very spiritual. And there's a sweatshirt that I'm selling on my store. And again, it's not to monopolize, it's all for you to, show your spirituality and whatever. And it says, when words don't, something along the lines says, words don't speak, music does, or something. The music does. So again, this is all for you. Everything we do for you, in order to get you, the movement forward. So.
Don't forget, it's also proven international language music.
Yeah, and as my twin just said, it's also proven music is international. So it's it truly is for the soul. You guys are so beautiful. I love you all so much.
They're asking what's the name of Etsy.
Brainy Twin Gemini. Yeah, the wheel in the sky keeps on turning. I don't want to sing right now because you might all get off the phone or get off the call. But yeah, that definitely is a good one. I'm gonna be wrapping up soon, 4747. And let me just see if there's any more questions here. And again, yes, thank you so much, Janet Lynn. Anthony, none of your business. Let me see. Should you hide or share your feelings if your twin is only ready to be friends? What I can say to you, Anthony, none of your business, is do what you feel is right. And like walk the path of unconditional love and have the faith in your heart. Like for many, many months, it was like, I'm not going there and I'm not going there. There's no way I'm not going there. And that was basically my ego. And then one fateful day, I just decided, after somebody had asked me a question, well, had you talked to him? I'm like, no, I haven't spoke to him since May of 2019. And I just had this like courage, and I had this strength, and I had this push, and I was like, no. And whomever was speaking to me is like, you need to do it now. And so I did it, and I've zero regrets. So you have to do what's good by you.
I was calling you.
He was calling me, he said.
Telekinesis, baby.
Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is, right? You do what you feel is right. Sometimes friends is just a scapegoat. Sometimes the word friend is just a scapegoat. And maybe he wanting to be friends is still that lifeline, that lifeline that they don't want to, that they don't want to sever.
Somebody keeps asking the same question, pretty much. Valerie Williams?
Yeah.
Do you push them away if we text them?
Valerie, do we push them away if we text them? Okay, so one thing I can say to you is in the 16 or 17 months, I never reached out at all. There was a few messages that I sent through Messenger, but he never received them. Um, I feel like you do what is good by you at the time you feel it's good by you. And if you feel you're meant to reach out, then reach out. But there's also a point where you know you don't want to keep perpetuating the same cycle. You know what I mean? And you have to come to love you and know that you are worth and you are worthy of being. And one of the things that we all do on this journey and is we lose focus of who we are and the love for ourselves because we focus on the twin. The most important element on this journey is loving you. And the moment you love you is the moment you will get movement forward. You come first always. Truly you do. And the moment that you realize that is the moment that you will get movement forward. So I'm going to be wrapping up in a few minutes. Aw, you guys are so beautiful. Some of you haven't seen for quite some time. Um,
Yes, Irish fairy intimacy seems very different with my twin. Is that a strong sign? Powerful?
yeah.
Absolutely. There's
yeah.
a difference between lovemaking and lust.
Yeah, there is, and that's what my twin just said. There's a difference between lovemaking and lust. Sorry, I'm trying to read all of these. No, I don't feel like he did not want to acknowledge this relationship. What I felt is that, as I've said many, many times, is that this journey, there is certain things that are intended to happen in order for you to evolve forward, and distractions, ending karmic cycles, not perpetuating the same cycles, and exactly that, distractions and interference. So it wasn't the acknowledgement. It was the interference and learning those cycles and or not perpetuating cycles and actually learning those karmic lessons. Yes, exactly. There's telepathy going on. I know it for me personally. It was going on. I specifically asked for a sign in the summertime for a black butterfly because, as many of you know, I had to step away from this for a while because I thought I was actually going crazy because I had that telepathic communication. And when I received that black butterfly, I asked God for that. I absolutely believe it does occur. The thing is a lot of people, they question, right? They question what their inner guide tells them. And you know, we all, and myself included, we always want to look for like some scientific evidence or some scientific proof. But the more you rely on yourself and your inner guide, the more you're going to have movement forward. Sometimes the block is not accepting faith. You know, you want the science, you want the explanation. Just go with what your gut tells you, and go with what faith, what your inner guide tells you. How do I get past the big age gap? Okay, right there in itself is that question that you're asking yourself. How do you get past the big age gap? At the end of the day, outer beings are outer beings. Souls are souls. So if you look at yourself as an outer being and you look at the flesh, the bone, and the blood, maybe your body's aging, but your soul is eternal. So essentially, there may be some element of ego attached there because there's an age gap. A soul is a soul, and soul love is soul love. So really, at the end of the day, there really is no age gap unless you put that barrier in between the two of you. Hopefully that answers your question.
We all struggle to let go of karmic relationships. Somebody's asking.
I can't see it.
Rebecca T. Please ask your twin why twins struggle to let go of karmic relationships, please and thank you.
The reason why that the twins struggle to let go of karmic relationships because karmic relationships are comfortable and people become complacent, and one of the most important elements on that is fear of letting go, fear of moving on, codependency, all sorts of things. You know, if you guys, if any of you all know me, I've pretty much alluded to the fact that I was married for 20 years in a loveless marriage, you know, and there was many times that God came in and said, okay, it's time to go now. But there was a lot of fear and there was a lot of anxiety, you know, to get out of that complacency, to get out of what seems normal, you know, and until you're ready, like you know, you remain complacent. And that's a lot of questions a lot of people ask me all the time on emails, like, you know, this person and this person. Well, if you were brought together, I firmly believe that God is wanting you to end those karmic cycles. You know, he doesn't want you to be or he or she doesn't want you to be in this karmic relationship. Now it's up to whatever energy, whether it be divine energy or whether it be masculine energy, whether you have the strength and the courage to get out of that karmic relationship. Okay. It's hard to say, like with the death, because I struggle with the word death because I feel like, as I said and as I alluded to earlier, we have flesh, we have bone, and we have blood, but the soul is eternal. And if this is truly, it's soul to soul love, right? And as I had the mask card come out, it's seeing beyond the veil. So it's seeing beyond all of this. You know what I mean? And looking into the eyes, because the eyes are the gateway to the soul, and seeing that soul love. And can I say that? No. You know, it could be the death of an ego. It could be a resurrection. It could be a lot of things, you know. But if you feel that this is your journey, then whatever will be, will be. We've got 3 minutes here. Yeah, so the song that you heard, again, music is, I feel, it talks to you. And just to give you an example, after my mother passed away, all these songs kept coming to me, and I feel like it was my mother speaking to me, and it was uncanny, the music that would come to me, and people would be like, "Wow, it seems like your mom's talking to you," and I'm like, "Yeah." So I always see, that's the thing I wrestle with, because the universe is such a dynamic thing, and there's lots of energy and there's lots of things that happen, and if it resonates with you on a day-to-day basis, then I believe it's true to you at that time. Okay, I have like a little under a minute. The questions aren't showing. If you have questions, again, send me an email to brainy2gemini. Um, oh, you're very welcome. So I'm going to be logging off now, and I want to thank you all so much for the love, the likes, the subs. Thank you for coming on. Again, feel free to send me an email. Free. Can't speak. Feel free. Got Mr. Correction over there. Feel free to come to go to my Wizio. I'll be happy to oblige. Send me an email, whatever you can. And again, I appreciate you all so much. And I'll probably come back in a week or so for more Q&A. And hopefully I've answered some of your questions. And I bless you all so much. And I bless you all in your journey. And just remember to keep your faith in God, okay? So I'm going to sign off now. Have a good night, folks.